Hi everyone. So for our project, we created a web app called Movie Match. My name is Alagna,
My name is Deechana.
My name is Anish.
My name is Saj.
My name's Sahar.
and in this presentation, we're going to show you some of the cool features we have in the app that we created, the implementation technologies, and a little demo in the end to show you how it works and how to use our app. So this app serves as a quick and efficient way for people to find movies based on streaming platforms available to them and genres they're interested in watching. It also serves as a personal movie journal where each person can rate and store movies they have watched. The motivation behind this project was finding movies faster, since we have all experienced finding a movie you really want to watch and then not being on a streaming service you have. Also, with so much going on in our brains, the last thing we need to remember is the title of a movie we watched and if we like them or not. So Movie Match is a fun and easy way to keep track of that. We made sure to have our app have some cool features as well that make it user-friendly and accessible.
Okay, so the homepage displays all of the movies in the database along with its genre, streaming platform, and stars that the user can interact with to give a movie a rating. Also, the user is able to rate the movies by clicking on the stars, which will then appear in their favorites page. Um, and the homepage displays movies added by the user through the Add Movie section in the user's profile.
Okay, so this is our rating feature. So for every single movie, you can see that there are 5 stars, and we made it so that you can half click on stars as well. So you can do like 1 star, 1.5 stars, etc. And once you give the correct amount of stars, then you have to click on confirm rating so that it actually saves and gets inputted into our database in the backend. And your favorite movies. So all the movies that you've rated will show up on a different page called your favorites page. So all the movies that you have rated and have added and given rating scores will show up on your favorites page. So that's our rating feature. So this is our favorites page that I was talking about. So as you can see in this specific user's profile, they have 2 favorite movies. It has the name of the movie, the genre of the movie, and the rating that they gave that movie.
So, in terms of the database, we have a movie list that's dynamically populated from a MongoDB database that we created and added some movies to act as a sort of recommender for the user once they start. And then once the user visits the movie list page, we fetch the movie data from our server using Axios. And this data includes the title, genre, streaming platforms, and the streaming platforms of each movie. And if the user is logged in and they use the rating feature we talked about, their rating is also saved to the server, ensuring their preferences are remembered across sessions. And we also have a user profile page that displays the user's information and their list of favorite movies, to which users can add new movies to their favorites by providing the title, rating, genre, and streaming platform, which will also add that movie to the homepage and database. To ensure data integrity, we validate user inputs against predefined genres and platforms, and the user gets a message if what they enter isn't amongst the predefined genres and platforms. We also make sure the movies don't already exist in the database and that the user input is correctly formatted.
So as you saw in the last slide, that we added, for example, a movie, The Little Mermaid, and we made genre action and streaming platform Disney Plus. So now that's added into a database. You could see it in both the home page and the search page. And then you can use the checkboxes to filter movies by genre and streaming service. So for example, by the movie we added, it shows up in the database of all the movies. And if we click action for the genre and Disney Plus for the streaming platform, it filters through all the movies that are actions and on Disney Plus, and you can see that The Little Mermaid now shows up in that part. This page also includes a search feature where you can search to see if a movie you watched is in the database or not. If it's not, as you saw before, you can go back to your profile and add it yourself for other users to see as well. This feature is made super easy to use where you can just type in little and any movie with the word little will show up.
Our app's design helps with smooth navigation and also enhances the user experience, with a particular focus on the sidebar, routing, and navigation between different screens. We implemented a routing system which sets up distinct routes for various pages such as home, my profile, my favorites, sign out, login, and search. Our app's navigation flow is designed to be intuitive. So basically, when a user visits the app, they land on the home page by default. And if they aren't logged in, they can easily navigate to the login or register pages using the sidebar. And upon logging in, the users are redirected to their profile page where they can view their favorites page and also add new movies to the app's database. And once a movie is added through the profile page, it becomes available in the movie database under both the home and search sections of the sidebar. The favorites page displays all of the movies that the user has rated from the database, along with the ratings. And the user can effortlessly navigate to their favorites or use the search functionality to find movies, all thanks to the sidebar.
So now we're going to talk a little bit about the behind the scenes part of making our app. So that includes the implementation and technologies that we use. So there are three main components that are meshed together to create the functional app that you can use. So we have a database that connects with the backend, and the backend and front end connect to each other to create a functional browser, which is what people can see when they use the app.
Okay, so when we look at our front end specifically, the main framework that we used to create this was React. And for the aesthetics and making our website look pretty and the UI pleasing to the eye, we used CSS. And finally, we have the React Router DOM, which is an NPM package that enables you to implement dynamic routing in a web app. So the React Router DOM is going to simplify your navigation in your web applications, and it's essentially keeping the URL and UI in sync. So it makes navigation very easy. So this is what comprises of our front end.
So for our database, we use MongoDB to store the movies that we have in our movie database, the user profiles, and the ratings that each user made for each of the films. So we used Node.js and Express.js for our backend, and it handles all the requests from the front end. So it stores the respective data in the user profile, the ratings page, and the favorites page. So before the user can create or save any ratings or view their favorites, they have to log in, but they can't log in without making a user first. This is because the login authentication comes with the registration data, so it verifies the registration data and allows for the user to log in. So an example of how that looks like is here, where we store the email, password, and name for the user, and various components of this user and registration data is used in different parts of the website. So for example, when the user creates a rating for a movie, we store the user ID, which comes from the registration data like I talked about. We store the movie ID and the rating value for that film. So when we store the data for each individual profile, it will appear once they log in. This is a video to our demo for reference outside of this presentation. But once we open up the React app, we are first led to the homepage.
So as you can see, this is our homepage, and the first thing that you see is all the movies that's coming from our backend and our database, MongoDB. So it's just all showing up over here. So this is essentially every single movie that has ever been entered by all users, and we just see everything over here. So we have the movie name, the genre, the streaming platforms with the ratings, with the ability to rate things, but we are not logged in yet right now. So as Anish will show us, if you click on the stars, it's not actually going to confirm the rating and actually save it. So it's not going to work. You have to log in to do that.
So if you try to rate a film without logging in first, it'll prompt the user with a message to log in. But before the user logs in, example, it'll prompt the user with the fact that it's not in the database already, so they have to go ahead and register. They enter their password and then they enter their name. So once the user has been made, they will get the message from the local host, and then they can log into their account. So once the user logs in, it directs them to their profile page where it displays the name of the user, and the user can now create ratings. So once they create a rating, example, they rated the Barbie film 4 stars, the movies will then appear within the favorites page, and it will be stored here. Yeah.
So the favorites page can be accessed through my profile or from the sidebar. Also this page displays all the movies that the user has rated from the database, its genre and the actual rating given by the user. The user can rate the movies that appear on the homepage or on the search page by clicking on the stars, like previously mentioned, under the movie that they wish to rate. And once they confirm their rating, it shows up in their favorites page.
And the user may add movies if they want to do so. If there's a movie that they watched or want to watch and it's not in the database, they could add it for all users to see. So for example, if I want to add the movie Batman and put its genre as action and a streaming platform as Netflix, and I press the add movie button, we could later see it in the homepage and the search page. So if we go to homepage, it would be all the way at the bottom of the search page of the homepage. And then we could also go to the search page. And if we search the Batman, it would come up. If we check the action box and Netflix, all movies that are a genre action or on Netflix will show up, including Batman. And over there, we could also rate the movie. So it's stored in our favorites. So if I gave this 4.5 stars and confirmed its rating, I could go back to the favorites page and it would show up as 4.5.
If the user wants to sign out, they can press the sign out button. And once they do that, it'll redirect them to the login page. Currently, the user is not logged in, so the user can't make any ratings and it won't be stored. So yeah, that's how you use the sign out button. And that concludes the demo of our project.
My presentation. Thank you.